Good morning, everybody. It is February 7th. It is Thursday. If you watch my show, you can see that I am still wearing the clothes from last night, but that's okay. Maybe we'll get around to changing them a little bit later. I am going to make some vegetable stock this morning. The number one reason I'm going to do it is I have a huge bag of vegetable scraps and I need the freezer space, and I am out of vegetable stock in my pantry. So this part is so easy. All I did was I filled my pressure cooker, which is also my electric canner, up to a little bit below the fill line. And I'm just going to pop it into my canner. Then I'm going to add my big bag of vegetable clippings. I'm going to do the whole thing. And I'm going to let that pressure cook for somewhere between 2 and 3 hours. That seems like a long time, but I really want that broth to be as rich as possible. So I'm going to flip the camera around. I'm going to show you this 2 or 3 minute process. All right, here is the insert to my canner. It is at 16 cups. I can probably put another 6 or 8 cups of water in here, but I want to see what my vegetables are going to do as far as space goes. So that's just going to lift into the canner. And then I'm going to take this bag. Oh, I'm so overworked this morning. This job is so hard. Okay, and I'm going to dump all of that yummy vegetables in there. This is carrot, celery, and onion. And since I don't have any chicken bones or any carcasses like that where I would be needing this anytime soon, I'm sticking it all in. And now I can see that I can add about 8 more cups to my pressure canner for water. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that. And then we're going to get this going. Been doing a very lazy day this morning. Grandma and I got up late. She's in there eating her brunchy breakfast right now. I have still only had coffee, and it's going to be okay. All right, so those of you who have a Nesco canner, lid is down. It's cleared up to the fill line. I'm going to want this on exhaust from open to close. Down here, I'm going to do pressure cook. I'm going to do high, and I'm going to put it on for 180 minutes. I know that seems ridiculous, but I want that broth to be just as rich as it can be, and I only want to have to deal with the pressure canning once. And that's it. Oopsie. That's it. Okay, so that's it. Now I'm going to sit down, I'm going to drink my coffee, I'm going to enjoy a very quiet day. I was very busy for the last couple days and I'm a little bit poopied. And I did finally sleep last night, so I feel a little bit better. Okay guys, I'll catch you when I'm ready to can this broth later this afternoon. Okay, I hope you guys did something fun or restful or interesting this afternoon. When you last saw me, I had put my vegetable scraps in my pressure canner and set it for 180 minutes. So the pressure canner is able to release now, so I'm going to release it. Hopefully I'm going to show you me canning my vegetable broth. So first of all, let's take a look and see how dark our broth is. So my pressure canner, let me see if I can get that over here. There's my pressure canner, and when I open my pressure canner, I always, for safety's sake, like to stand out of the projection area. Now, I believe my canner to be safe. I always wait extra time before I open the lid, so I'm not really worried about it, but it's just an extra little, safety girl win, right? No vegetable broth is worth a steam burn. So there it is. Looking pretty good, guys. Looking pretty good. I'll show it to you. Well, you'll see it as I plop it into this. So I have a strainer, and then I have a great big bowl, and I don't know if that bowl is big enough for my broth. So we are going to see. All right, I have a strainer and I have a couple of bowls. I'm going to start with this one. I don't know if that's big enough to hold all of my broth, but we shall see. I need to grab my pot holders. Might have been better had I done a load of laundry. Okay, this is very hot, so I want to pick it up carefully, and it is very, very heavy. Okay, very heavy. Let's see if I can get this down to show you. All right, this is probably going to splatter a little bit, but I'm going to be as careful as I can. Okay. You see the color? That's why I wanted to go 180 minutes. I wanted every little bit of that out. Now that almost filled that bowl. So we're going to add a second bowl right here. And we're going to just pop this over. Oh, that's so dark and lovely, you guys. Wow, that is beautiful. And we're going to finish the job here. Can you see that? That's just vegetable broth. If you saw that color, there'd be no way for you not to think that wasn't beef broth. Oh, everything's out. Now, I'm going to step away from the camera. I'm going to rinse this out, because right here I have my sterilized jars. They came out of the dishwasher. I hand washed them, but I want to stick them in my okay, I am ready to fill my jars now. I think I have everything. I've got my hot jars right out of the hot water. I've got my vinegar and my wipes. I have the funnel, and I have what I'm going to use to dip my broth, because I don't have very many utensils, you guys. I'm going to do this relatively quick. I'll walk you through at least one. I'll go ahead and adjust the camera so you can see, okay? You won't see me, but you'll see what I'm doing. Okay, broth, jar, funnel, broth. In my fancy little measurer, we're going to make a little bit of a mess on the counter, but that's okay. That's why I have towels down everywhere. We're going to fill it up to 1 inch headspace, right about there. And I'm going to fill this one too while I'm right here. And in an hour or two, I'll be able to put 4 quarts of vegetable broth in my pantry. Well, it won't go in my pantry till tomorrow when we check seals and all of that, but you know what I'm saying. Okay, I'm going to pull that out, and I'm going to take my wipe, dip it into my vinegar, and then I want to go all the way around that edge. I just want to make sure that I have no sticky things. I have lids and rings right here, sitting in hot water. There's a ring. There is a lid. And as this is all broth, I don't feel like we need to debubble. There's nothing in there to trap water. All right, into the canner, jar number 1, people. Okay, we'll just do jar number 2 here really quick. Same thing, just a little wipey into my vinegar, back over here, and I'm just gonna wipe it down. All right, and I'll be back when all of my jars are finished. All right, my vegetable broth has been in the canner for an hour, and I'm going to go ahead and lift the lid and pull it out, and that will complete my vegetable broth making escapades today. All right, hang on. There we go. All right, I will show these to you, and then I'm just going to put them on the counter and let them do their thing. They look pretty good. Here is jar number 1. Ooh, you heard it popping there? Jar number 2. Make sure I've got it. Jar number 3. And jar number 4. So we just made 4 quarts of that did not sound pretty. I'm gonna leave that lid up. It's funny though. Okay, so we just made 4 quarts of vegetable broth, and we used it using the scraps of vegetables that I picked up in previous food bank hauls. So for next to nothing, we have a byproduct of the vegetables that we got from food bank. So just remember, you can do so many things with your food bank items that maybe you didn't think about first or second. But as you start to think about it, what is this? How can I use it? What haven't I tried? You can Google, you can get ideas, you can watch other people, see what they're doing. Anyway, you can really make it work for you. So I am going to let these jars cool. And it looks like 3 of my jars are sealed. One of them is going to think about it. So I will see you guys tomorrow. I am not going to make black beans tonight. No, I'm done for the evening. But I will see you guys probably in the next day or 2. All right. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye. All right. I just want to take a moment and say in person, thank you so much for taking the time to watch the video that you watched today. I really appreciate it. I hope you had fun. Like I say in every video, this is nothing fancy, never going to be pretty, never going to be those gorgeous, gorgeous videos that I love to watch. But I hope that they'll be a little bit entertaining, and I hope that this will help you feel like you can do it too. There are so many families with so many different reasons that use the food bank. It is a resource designed for people just like you and people just like me. So if you go to the food bank, even if you just take the first little baby step and you look and see what's available in your area, I want you to give me a comment and say something like, hey, I didn't go yet, but I looked up and I found out what was in my community. Or, wow, Deanna, I went for the first time, and, tell me your experience. I will be so proud of you. I will be your best support system. Okay. Because I believe that you can do it. If you need to go, I want you to go. All right. And we can build a community here where we support each other. If you can deal with a crazy lady, then great. Okay, right up here you can see the 2 things that kept me mostly occupied today. I'll have to look at them for a second. Okay, this little chunky monkey is Betty Jan. Oh, Betty Jan's going to give us her little rump. And this is Eloise. And they have become exceedingly spoiled. So I don't know what to tell you. I really only have about 5 weeks to really spoil them and enjoy them. And I'm just going to do it, people. I'm just going to do it. You can just shake your heads. I'm just going to do it. All right. It was so much fun, you guys. You guys are great. Have a good evening, and I will see you next time. Ta-ta.